lot of people who wanted to find him and bring him home safely. I sighed. Okay, if we're going to be sitting here for another half an hour or so, can you please run down to the vending machines and get me some chocolate chip cookies? Without waiting for Damien to answer, I got up and grabbed my purse off my bed, then fished out 3 quarters. Damien's mouth twisted into something that was half frown, half amused smile. Will eating cookies help you control your emotions? I think it's a theory worth testing. Damien disappeared out my front door. I lived in an efficiency apartment in the rear corner of Cowboys Corral Motor Lodge, and having the vending machines and an ice machine downstairs was handy. I counted out 10 seconds, long enough for Damien to get down the steps that led to the ground floor, and let out a loud yell. I just needed to express my frustration in vocal form. The on-hold music didn't care. It kept playing like I wasn't fighting the urge to chuck the phone out the window. When Damien got back, he handed me the cookies while peering at me with his green eyes. The walls of this motel aren't that thick, you know. Shouting is not controlling your emotions. In answer, I ripped open the package of cookies and shoved one in my mouth. And of course, that was the moment a voice on the other end of the line said, "Hello, thank you for your patience. May I please have your name and policy number?"
"Olivia Kendrick,"
I said, around a mouthful of cookie. "Olivia Kendrick," Damien said, sitting down at the table with me. He picked up the plastic insurance card and read off my policy number. Once the call was done, I looked at Damien with a smirk. You've been teaching me to control my emotions, but the minute I let my emotions out, I got someone on the phone 30 minutes before the automated system said I would. Damien ran a hand through his wavy, dark blonde hair. That's the problem, Olivia. When you let your emotions go, you're unleashing your power. It served you well just now. You got someone on the line. You got what you wanted. But what if the thing you wanted was more sinister? What if, say, someone rear-ended your car and you got so angry you shouted that you wished they had gotten hurt to learn a lesson? You might actually cause that person to have injuries. I closed my eyes to prevent myself from rolling them and reminded myself that even though I didn't take this whole conjuring business seriously, Damien certainly did. You're right, I said. I didn't even open my eyes as I grabbed another cookie. As far as I was concerned, getting the customer service rep on the line earlier than expected had just been a coincidence. To Damien, it was proof of my supernatural ability. It's not the lesson I was trying to teach you, but I think it was valuable nonetheless, Damien said. And it's a good thing you wrapped up the call because you need to get to the saloon. I opened my eyes and glanced at the clock on the wall. I was due to meet my sanctuary friends and co-workers at Nightmare Saloon in just 20 minutes. You sure you don't want to come with us? I asked. I had been trying to convince Damien that if he was going to run Nightmare Sanctuary in his father's absence, then he needed to socialize with its employees. I know where I'm not wanted, Damien mumbled as he stood. I'll see you tomorrow. You'll see me the day after tomorrow. Remember, I'm off on Tuesday nights, too. I paused, then said, Thank you for the lesson. Of course. Damien didn't even say goodbye. He just let himself out, and I was suddenly alone. I changed out of my shorts and t-shirt and into dark blue jeans and a periwinkle blouse. I gave my shoulder-length auburn hair a quick fluff, touched up my makeup, and headed out. It was early September, and it was already dark, but it was hot out nonetheless. By the time I had made the walk from the motel to High Noon Boulevard, I was fanning myself with one hand. Nightmare Saloon was on the town's tourist street, High Noon Boulevard. The historic Old West buildings along the street had been preserved, and the asphalt had been covered with dirt to make it look like an authentic street from the late 1800s. Covered wooden boardwalks ran down each side of the street, and during the day, tourists would huddle under their shade to watch gunfight reenactments and other costumed actors who portrayed the Wild West. The saloon was as much a part of the show as the actors. The entrance had short, swinging doors, making it look like something from a Western movie set.